So I couldn't find the exact problem from your group test, but these are two problems that are very similar. So let's talk about the process of how to go about graphing these quadratic functions, or basically these parabolas. It doesn't matter if it says f of x or if it says y, but anytime we have a y equals x squared, we know that we're either opening up or down, depending on the sign out in front. So let's do example 1. I know immediately I'm opening down because it's a negative. I need to find my vertex. So we flip the inside number. We're going to keep the outside number. The last thing I need to graph is my y-intercept. Now you cannot just look at this and determine your y-intercept. It's not 2. You don't get to do that. Okay, no cheating allowed. You got to show your work. So here we go. To show our work, set x equal to 0. Please memorize this. To find your y-intercept, set x equal to 0. So you're not setting that equal to 0, no, because that's y. So y equals, you're going to set this guy equal to 0. So rewrite every step and do it one at a time. So work inside the parentheses first. That's negative parentheses. 0 plus 3 is 3. Next, we're going to use our exponents. So y equals, the negative stays, and 3 squared is 9. And then finally, we'll add and subtract. That gives me negative 7. Now, it's not enough just to write y equals negative 7. No, this is actually a coordinate point. Remember, x equals 0 and y equals negative 7. That's your y-intercept. It's a point. So 0, comma, negative 7. I put the 0 in the x spot because that's what I set x equal to over here. And I put negative 7 in the y spot because we had solved for y over here. So now we have to actually graph it using all three pieces of information. So go to your vertex of negative 3, 2. And we know it's facing down. Now here's what many of you are doing. You're just going boop. But wait, what about that y-intercept? You have to actually go through that point. So I need you to actually find 0, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So put a point at your y-intercept, and now you can draw a graph. There's no point finding the y-intercept if you're not actually going to use it to graph. Let's do this problem. Okay, pause the video here. Try it yourself. I want you to find the vertex. I want you to find the y-intercept and graph. All right, so our vertex would have been positive 4, positive 1. We flipped the inside to keep the outside. And our y-intercept, we find it by setting x equal to 0. So I hope you showed your work. If you didn't, there's a high chance that you got it wrong. So work on the inside first. 0 minus 4 is negative 4 squared plus 1. Next, we'll do our exponent. So negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. So we're just going to copy down that negative, and then 4 squared is 16. And then finally, negative 15. So you need to write that as a point. 0, negative 15. That's worth a point. If you didn't write this, like the coordinate point for the y-intercept, you got it wrong. Or I would mark you off. Okay, so let's go to 4, 1. And let's estimate where negative 15 is. And then we have a downward shaping parabola.